2, 1.
Hello everyone and welcome to AutoStop once again. I am crazily thrilled to bring you this special one from a decade ago, and so if you are here and the following 5 golden questions are lingering on your minds as you approach finding one of the best used compact luxury SUVs from 10 years ago under the price point of about $12,000, do not click away, you are in the right place. Question 1 is, what are the most reliable used SUVs? Question 2 will be, what is and are the best used luxury SUVs? Question 3 is, what is the best used luxury SUV from 2010? That's 11 years ago. Question 4 is it worth buying Audi Q5 in relation to reliability? And the last question is Audi Q5 2010 worth buying today? If your headache revolves around any of the mentioned topics here and or 2010 first generational Audi Q5, you are in the right place to be. Stick with us. There'll be an icing on the cake at the tail end of the video, and that will be a personal overview of the 2010 Audi Q5 3.2 Quattro Premium Edition that we have here, which will aid your decision making if you are in the market looking for something in that regard. Okay, so the Q5 2010 is a part of first generational models which started in 2008 through to 2012, lagging 4 years behind the BMW X3 counterpart. However, when it appeared, it was about 5 years better. The 2010 Audi Q5 is one of the best bets for consumers like you in search of a fun to drive yet practical compact luxury crossovers, which is a very close niche for you guys. It is by no mistake that Edmunds notably picked the Audi Q5 as one of the best used luxury SUVs for 2010. Okay, now let's go into what we have and have a look at it. So behind me is a 2010 Audi Q5 3.2 Quattro Premium trim that we have, and we're going to use that we got for a client to answer those questions to the best of our ability. This particular one that you're looking at came in at $10,000 price point and at 89,000 miles, which does better than some of even the 2021 entries. As you can all tell, is a 5-passenger compact crossover available in 3 different trims. What we have here is a premium, but if you want to step up, you can do the premium plus to the prestige. And so let's do a walk around and use this to, look at what is in the premium trim. And so the standard equipment are as follows. On the premium, we start with an 18-inch alloy wheel, as you're looking at, okay, and then also the retractable side mirrors are heated. You have an 8-way passenger power front seats. We'll go inside, so let's go inside and have a look at it. When it comes to the steering, you have a tilt and telescopic steering column, as you can see. One of the things in here is a tri-zone automatic climate control, a trip computer that you have from 2010. You also got the Audi's multimedia interface with dash-mounted controls and a 10-speaker stereo with a CD/MP3 player, an auxiliary input jack, and an SD card slot as at 2010 and a satellite radio. Okay, so these are a few of the features that I can mention to you right away from the premium package. However, there are some other features that are accessible as options which are standard on the premium plus. So let me just quickly go through the premium plus package so that the things that are optional, we can pick them for the premium trim. If you go for the premium plus, the package adds xenon headlights, as you can see fitted on this one. You've got the LED daytime running lights, you've got auto dimming and power folding mirrors, retractable like I said, a power lift gate which we have on this one, heated front seats, we have driver memory functions, and a very big beautiful panorama roof, okay, sunroof. So look at that, it's so beautiful, so nice. You can see clearly. Right, you've got Bluetooth and you've got an iPod interface, and like I said, some of the things that we've mentioned are optional for the premium trim. However, the higher you go, the more options you have to be able to add some of these up-to-date technology onto the premium and then the Premium Plus. Now, if you want more, you can actually opt for the Q5 Prestige package that brings you a 19-inch wheel, which is optional on the second trim, the Premium Plus. You get a blind spot warning system as a 2010, and then you can also get a Bang & Olufsen 14 sound surround stereo, also as a 2010. Okay, so these are the available options. However, if you want to add on, you can actually get the Prestige package to come with a 20-inch wheel and an Audi Drive Select adjustable vehicle system. You can still go up the ladder and get the fully loaded, which is the S-Line package that can bring you a special 20 wheel inch with summer tires, sports steering wheel, and a shift paddle if you want to. So all these things are there, and one thing I like about it is that from 11 years ago you still can add on and bring this vehicle compatible to 2020 and 2021 vehicles, which I think is a very interesting functionality. Let me ask you at this point, per the very few things we've mentioned, do you think it's worth the bang? Put your answer in the comment section down below. Okay, now I have areas where I think are high spots for the premium version that we have here with the extras that we've added on. And so let's go into the interior, and then I'll show you the high spots, which involves the interior, the safety of this vehicle, and then I'll touch on performance, miles per gallon, and then the driving experience, and eventually I'll give you my personal take, my overview of the 2010, which I believe is an icing on the cake because it will give you a lot more information as to whether you should or you shouldn't. This particular one has the roof racks and also has the dual exhaust tip, also when it comes to the performance section. But let's go to the interior. The Q5's has a common ground with the Audi A4 sedan, which has been extended, and the interior design and construction are high quality. As the A4, the center stack controls are centered toward the driver, so you can have a look, but the layout depends on equipment level. Okay, in a standard form without navigation or the in-dash CD changer, the knob and the buttons for the multimedia reside on the center stack, so kindly have a look. You see, so ours is just the standard form, and that results in less intuitive way of navigating around the stereo. Okay, but if you have the navigation one, the controls migrate to after the shifter, where they fall more readily to the hand, so it's easy to have access to. Navigation equipped models also get latest third generational MMI system with revised menus and additional joystick button for enhanced control. The optional iPod interface was one of the best from 2010. Okay, right. Now, another interesting area is how spacious or roomy the Q5 is, in spite of the fact that it's a compact SUV. Despite the compact size, the Q5 manages to feel roomy whether you are seated in the front or rear. The rear seats slide forward and they also recline, unlike those in the Acura RDX from the era, for example. You've got rear folding seats, and when they fold flat, you've got 57 cubic feet. So we can have a look at the space. Okay, 57 cubic feet for total cargo space. However, if you bring the seats up to normal, you get something smaller in that segment. Right, so interior wise is great. You've got a lot of room. It's enough for a family of 4 or 5 if that is the kind of family that you are hauling most of the time. Now, when it comes to safety, it's top notch. Okay, the 2010 Q5 comes standard with stability and traction control, front side airbags, and side curtain airbags. A decade ago, rear side airbags are optional if you want to add that, and that makes it a great vehicle. Not many come with such an option in here, but this has actually chalked. The 2010 Audi Q5 has chalked a number of awards, and I'm just going to mention a few. In a government crash test, the Q5 achieved a perfect 5-star rating for frontal and side impact. 5-star, you got me right. Yes. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety Testing, the Q5 was likewise awarded the highest rating of good in frontal offset and side crash test. What does it tell you? Again, Edmonds did a braking test and the Q5 came to a stop within 123 feet, a competitive performance. So when it comes to safety, it's a top notch from way back in that era. Okay, great. The area where this interests all of us is performance, miles per gallon, and the driving experience. Just give me a breather. I'll be back soon and we'll hit it on the head. That is the icing on the cake starting right now. Okay, so I'm back. Now let's quickly jump in with performance. And every 2010 Audi Q5 that came to the US features a standard Quattro all-wheel drive and a 3.2 liter V6 engine that produces a whopping 270 horsepower and 243 pound-feet of torque. It comes automatic with a 6-speed automatic transmission, and in the performance testing, the vehicle behind us, the Q5 behind us, that's 0 to 60 in 7.2 seconds, which is at par with most of its competitors. Right now, let's look at the fuel economy. And fuel economy estimates that you do 18 miles per gallon in city and 23 mpg highway, and a combined 20 mpg, respectable rating for a compact luxury crossover. Okay, it is a compact luxury crossover. This comes with a towing capacity of about 4,400 pounds if it's properly equipped, just as we are talking about. So it's got good towing capacity also compared to the industry competitors, which makes it an interesting one. So at this point, are you conclusive that it's a good buy or not? If you are not, let me go ahead and tell you about the driving experience that we've had with this one for a couple of months, when we got it for a client. Now the Q5 comes with a 3.2 liter V6 engine, and it delivers a smooth, powerful acceleration, and the 6-speed automatic is always refined and responsive, matching up to the European rivals like the X3, the GLK 350, and the XC60 in terms of acceleration, though the Japanese EX35, that is an Infiniti EX35, has much more punch. Okay, again, the ride is firmer than most, but impacts are never really harsh. In terms of handling, the 2010 Audi Q5 is one of the sportiest crossovers in the market. Period. It is one of the sportiest crossovers in the market. But I will tell you about one of the downsides, which is the electric power steering rack, which has a consistency of feeling artificial and has a tendency to weigh up suddenly when you are at low speeds. Okay, and this is also worth noting that the optional Audi Drive Select system, which allows a driver to choose among 3 modes for ride compliance, steering effort, and transmission responsiveness, or enjoy custom setting via a 4th individual mode. It is an interesting idea though, but in testing it was noted that it's pricey and can be finicky to use sometimes. Most shoppers should find the Q5's standard suspension, steering, and transmission calibrations perfectly adequate for whatever you want to use it for. I believe at this point you are realizing what an asset it is to own when it comes to the Q5 and your family, and you are the type that is looking for fun to drive yet practical type of SUV. Now, this is my overview of what we have behind us. This beautiful looking, aggressive, compact luxury SUV with a very potent 3.2 liter V6 engine, Audi Quattro, and all the bells. Okay, so let me just give you my personal overview, which I believe will aid you very much in this quest. Now, compact luxury crossover SUVs like the 2010 Audi Q5 are all over like bunnies. So many of them are hopping around. Sometimes the task of evaluating the relative pros and cons may seem too much, okay, overwhelming. And in the case of the Q5, we thought it's worth the effort to look at it. Why? Thanks to expertly V6 and underpinnings from the Audi A4 sedan, the Q5 is one of the most entertaining vehicles in the segment, and thanks to its generous rear space and ample cargo space behind the rear seats, the entertainment does not come with the usual practicality compromises that we see in many of the competition. Okay, the Q5's wheelbase is identical to the A4's, okay, as are its Quattro all-wheel drive system and many of its suspension bits. Interestingly, okay, the Q5 3.2 liter V6 is a smooth and a powerful engine, passing to be favorite in the class. Now, the Q5 largely drives like an A4 wagon, okay, with an elevated seating position, which is exactly what shoppers like you in the segment are looking for. Car-like handling along with a commanding view from the driver's seat, and that's exactly what the 2010 Audi Q5 is all about. Now, when you compare it to the fellow luxury crossovers, the Q5's handling is at the top. It's here. If you are here, it's here. It's at the top of the heap, and its acceleration is also there with the class leaders, and its transmission always seems to be in the right gear. In terms of practicality, the Q5's maximum cargo capacity is on the small side within the segment at 57 cubic feet, as we've mentioned, but its capacity behind the rear seat is 29 cubes, which is also on the small side in the industry, and rear seat room are wholly competitive, and there is plenty of technology to keep you occupied, including Audi's third generation multimedia interface, which includes revised menus and a joystick controller atop the primary knob or the added functionality. On top of that, you have a very beautiful full moon sunroof, okay, which I believe is worth the joy of having a luxury vehicle that you cannot overlook. Other popular compact luxury crossovers like the Acura IDX, RDX, the BMW X3, the Infiniti EX35, the Mercedes-Benz GLK 350, and the Volvo XC60 are all there. Each of them offers distinctive styling, features, and dynamics. But the Audi Q5 makes a strong case for itself with a winning combination of performance and practicality. Bringing this to an end, and truth be told, not all bunnies are made equal. This Audi hops with more panache than most. And so I hope you enjoyed this and it helped you. Be on the lookout for my review of the 2017 Hyundai Texan 1.6T, which has been in the system for 4 years, that I'm working on, coming out so soon. Have a great day. We'll meet here same time this week. Bye bye.